What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. In this video, in order to progress the undercarriage restoration of the Evo 9, we're going to be taking off some more parts. In the last video, if you missed that one, if you're new here, we were trying to get some things off the car, but I had to do some other projects, get some plastic laid down and all that, and so over the weekend I went ahead and done all of that, so that's all taken care of now, so we can begin getting more things off the car, brake lines, fuel lines. I think I want to get the side skirts off as well, but yeah, there's just a lot to do in here, so let's stop talking and get to it. Alright, so first, I think I want to get off the fuel lines. So we've got a fuel system on the way, so we're going to be replacing these lines anyway, but I have to unhook them here to get them out from under the car. So we're going to go ahead, this line right here with the little fitting right there, that one is the feed line, and the one next to it with the little clamp right there is the return line. So we got to get those off so I can get them out from under the car. And so yeah, let's go ahead and see what all I gotta do here. I see a bracket down in there, but yeah. So let's just start with that and we'll get that out of there and then carry on. All right, so first what we're gonna wanna do, I think, is get off this piping and everything. That way I can get to that a little easier. And there's also a, there's an inline, there's like a, it's an ethanol content analyzer that's on the car. And I don't ever plan on doing like E85 or flex fuel, nothing like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove that, get that out of there as well. So while we're here, we'll do two birds, one stone. So so let's go ahead and start getting this piping and stuff off, and then we'll see what we got. All right, half an hour later. It takes, those nuts are really hard to get to in there, but we got them. Now I'm gonna go underneath and get them unhooked from there, the brake lines, and they should come out. We'll find out, I'm sure, if they do not, and we'll adjust from there, but I think they should come out here soon. All right, we got everything unhooked. The brake lines right here, those two guys, and then these guys here are fuel. I can't tell from here, but I think the skinny one here is the return. This is the feed, and there's one hose that just goes nowhere, so I'm thinking that's like a breather or something. I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up, but we're gonna get all that out here, and they should come out here now. I'm gonna try to, there's a little bolt holding them in the rear still, because I didn't want them to like hang down, so get that off real quick and then we should be good. All right, success. We got the lines, they fell down, and even though we drained the tank, there was lots of gas still in the lines. So when they went this way, it all ran out, and now it's everywhere in here, but that's all right. Now we've got them hanging down. Everything is unhooked, so I'm gonna separate the brake lines from these little, I don't know if you can see it or not because of the lighting, but these little connectors here, we're gonna separate it from those, and they should come apart. And I'm gonna pull the brake or the fuel lines out the front, because there's a lot of like little connectors and stuff on them up under the hood, and so I don't know about like zigzagging them out of there without like the subframe still bolted up and all that stuff. I'm not trying to do all that right now, so I'm gonna pull them out the front since they're straight, and there's just like a small bend there. So the fuel lines out the front, brake lines out the back, and we should be good. All right, we got every line out. It might be easier, hang on. It might be easier if you have the front subframe out a little bit, but I swear, these lines, this was the most frustrating thing I've done, and I have taken out everything under here. And these lines, that took me like an hour and a half, and was more frustrating than anything that I've taken off of here so far. It's because, like, I think it's because they're hard lines, so they don't bend that easy, and just the littlest thing can get you hung up on something, and my God, I just, but we got it all out in one piece, so I'm happy now. We got the brake lines down as well, those are right there. So now I gotta clean up all this gas because it ruined pretty much everything I've done right here with the tape and the plastic, and some brake fluid up there, but yeah. Now we can finally move along after an hour and a half of doing this bullshit. All right, moving on. Now that the lines are out, I was gonna try to remove the drive shaft, but I don't really want to drain the transfer case right now, this second. So I'm gonna start cleaning out the underside of this thing. I'm gonna spray it down with some degreaser, try to get off all this road grime and oil. There's a lot of oil and stuff up towards the front. I'm assuming where the engine blew in the last time before I bought it. I'm assuming it's from all that, because whenever I cleaned the engine bay a long time ago, there was a lot of that same type of like oily type of shit on it. So I think it's all from that. So gotta get all that off of there as well, and we'll get it all cleaned up, and then we'll drain the transfer case and get the drive shaft off and all of that. So yeah, let's start getting some degreaser on this thing and getting it looking well, clean at least. All right, now we're gonna let that soak for a little bit, and then we will pressure wash it and see how much of it comes off. This is gonna take several times, but we'll get there. Holy cannoli. I've been spraying for probably 45 minutes, and I think I've got it pretty clean, but it's like 75 outside right now, and I'm spraying under the car, and when I stop, I can see my breath. I don't know, I guess the water's that cold and it's making the air that cold, but I can see my breath under the car, which is kind of weird. So yeah, let's go into the car, check it out. All right, so here we are. I mean, it's pretty clean now. I'm trying to show you without like cramming you into the car, but it's pretty clean. I got the back part here done pretty well. This stuff right here, it kind of comes off a little bit. You can see the line right there from where the pressure washer kind of hit it, but I'm just gonna have to scrub that off, I think, with a wire brush. Yeah, I got it. This side's coming off pretty nicely, and from up front and stuff, it's like chipping off real nice. Getting rid of that black soot, road grimy shit. And probably gonna scrub with a brush. Well, I'm gonna have to scrub with a brush, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that today or not, but I'm gonna keep spraying a little bit longer, and I may just have to call it and say it is what it is. Hello, that's loud. May just have to say it is what it is for right now, and carry on, but yeah, that's what we got right now. Let me get back up into the car here. All right, y'all, it's the next day. I ended up spraying a little longer than I wanted to, and the sun was going down, and it got really, really cold, and I was soaking wet. So I went ahead and decided to call it, and went inside, got the clothes all washed, all dried up, all that good stuff. So now we're back out here today. It's a little colder outside today, so we got the door shut, but I do want to get the analyzer kit out. That gauge and the wiring, all that stuff's got to come out. And I think I want to get the sides off as well. But yeah, let's get back to it. But yesterday I did get the underside pretty clean, I think. As you might be able to tell, I got it as clean as I think I can get it, without, scrubbing it and doing a lot more work to it, which we're gonna grind it off anyway, most of it. So I think I got that pretty clean up under there. I'm happy with it. Next, we gotta get the drivetrain off and those heat shields you see right there in front of you. But yeah, I think we did pretty good yesterday. We took advantage of the warm weather, and now back to business. All right, so getting inside the car, like I said yesterday, I want to get this Z-Tronics, the ethanol content analyzer, out of here. I don't think I'm ever going to use that, so I'm going to pull it out, put another gauge there. But yeah, we got to get the dash off. Not the whole dash, but just this bottom part, I think, and the glove box probably, to trace the wires out. But yeah, let's get to it. All right, we got two little screws here holding the bottom of the dash on. We'll get those out, and then we'll pop that off. And it should be pretty simple to trace it out to the other side. That, we'll take that out, get the little backing plate. Okay, so let's run this out of here. Where do you go? Haha. You connect right about there. Very nice. All right, I'm gonna start tracing some wires, so I will hop back in a second whenever I get that all squared away. Okay, this is a straight up mess. This is gonna take me a minute to sort through this, so I'm not gonna show you guys all that, but I will for sure explain once I get all this stuff squared away, because there are wires going up and around places they shouldn't be. It's just a mess. So yeah, I will see you in a bit as I dive into this hell of a rat's nest of wires. Okay, brief update. We got this thing finally out. It was tapped into so many things, and the ground wire went up into the dash in the craziest spot. So I had to trace that out. It was pinched between a couple like brackets and stuff in there. I was almost uncertain whether or not it was the same wire, but when I cut it, it pulled right out. So okay, got that out of there now. Now we're just working on this mess still. I'm getting it a little cleaned up. It's looking a little bit better, but yeah, long way to go still. Alrighty, a couple hours later, well, hour and a half probably, we got all that cleaned up under there. Looks super nice. We got the gauge and the analyzer all the way out. This thing's gonna go, this little guy right here is gonna get zip tied up here in a minute. I think I'm gonna run some more wire through it, so I don't want to zip tie it up yet, and then I can't run anything through it. So this is all done. I'm gonna leave the bottom of the dash and stuff off, just for ease of use if I do want to run. I have another gauge, like I said, going right here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it all off, that way I can just get right to it and hook that up, get all the wires ran and all that jazz. So we'll leave that off for now for the time being. All right, now that all that's taken care of, we're gonna try to get off these side skirts. So they're pop riveted on, and so I'm gonna try to drill those out. I think I have a drill bit here that will go into my little drill, and get those out of there, and we'll try to get them off. The brackets on the bottom side of the car are a little rusty where they mount to the car, and so I would like to get those off of there and take care of that while I'm doing the underside, because why not? It makes perfect sense. So let's go ahead and get the drill set up, and we will try to get this off of here. Okay, so here goes nothing. I'm actually pretty nervous about this, but yeah, gotta get it done. Alright, so we got those few off the front. I'm gonna go under the car now, and we're gonna take care of these little brackets right here. Get them off, and then we can get the pop rivets off of the back section, and then that should come right off. So yeah, that was a little nerve-wracking. I really was trying not to screw anything up, but it went all right. Alrighty, we got those off of there. You know, it wasn't that bad. The pop rivets and stuff came right out. They're not rusted or anything behind the rivets. But these little mounting brackets right there are really, really rusty. But they have an Allen head that pressures them against the rail of the car to hold them on there, to mount the side skirts, and they're just seized in there. So I'm gonna take some time, probably over the weekend or tomorrow, and drill those out and just get them off that way. So yeah, we'll get those off of there soon, but now let's go to the other side. We'll get that side off, and then we should be good to go, and can carry on with some other projects here. All right, we got this side off as well. This side was a little bit easier than the other side, but same story over here. Those little brackets there are just super seized on, the little bolts that go inside there. They're just little Allen heads, and they're not very strong and whatever, and so I tried them on the other side, and they stripped out within like a half a second. So I'm glad to get those skirts off of there, because now we can here soon we'll be able to backmask the whole car and get it covered in plastic and all that stuff as well. So yeah. And with that being said, I think I'm going to end it off here. We got quite a bit done in this video, so I'm happy with that. Hopefully you guys are enjoying watching. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this little series. Well, big series. But yeah, if you guys have any comments, questions, anything like that, drop those down below. I'll be glad to chat down there in the comments. And yeah, do all the other YouTube things while you're down there. You guys know how it goes here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.